Hello, and what is going on, everybody? It is Master of the TDS, and I'm joined by my lovely wife,
WritingRaven.
And we're back for another episode of Psycho-Synopsis.
Indeed.
The segment where we summarize all the Psycho for you. Just a scattering of topics throughout the week, all summarized into a neat little package for you to enjoy and consume at your leisure.
You're welcome.
So we got a bunch of topics to discuss today, including one that actually became our new main topic.
That happened just yesterday.
And that's what we're starting off with.
So without further ado, we bring in Elon Musk threatening to sue.
Elon Musk has said X, formerly known as Twitter, will pay the legal bills of anyone who is treated unfairly by their employer for their activity on the social media platform.
Hooray!
This is a big thing.
Oh, yes.
If this goes through, and again, we can't know for certain if it will. It's wishful thinking. It would be great if it does. If this goes through, this does well, this will be a great thing. If not, we have to be realistic because there's a lot of people who have had this happen to them, and he might be very particular in which cases he allows.
I suppose that's fair. I mean, he can't really respond to everybody, and there might be some people who have had it happen to them that he might not even notice.
Or there might be some people, unfortunately, who's had it happen to them who maybe they did something that deserved it. I'm not saying anybody deserves to be fired over tweets, but it does depend on what exactly you did.
I suppose.
If you went online and you just started spewing obscenities and then got fired for it, I mean...
Oh, there are plenty of people who do that and don't get fired.
Yes, but the point I'm saying is it depends on, I think, the individual case. But we're going to talk about two of them. One of them we're going to talk about a little bit more at the end of the video as well.
Mm-hmm.
But we have two people. One, so as you can see, Elon Musk wrote, if you are unfairly treated by your employer, you can, for posting or liking something, we'll find your legal bill. No limit, please let us know. And Libs of TikTok responded with information about Cara Lynn. Now, Cara Lynn, you may have heard, was employed by Limited Run Games. And then because she followed Libs of TikTok and also because of a post from 2016 that she liked or whatever, she was fired from her position.
Yeah, all because one person didn't like that.
Which, to be fair, that person posted way worse things and has been known for doing terrible, terrible, terrible things.
Didn't he also get arrested?
I don't know. I think they were.
Maybe.
So, Libs of TikTok responded and basically said, hey, this happened to Cara, blah, blah, blah. Elon Musk actually responded and said, Cara, is that accurate?
And you can pause right here to read her response, and then, and you can also see underneath it. They're going to be discussing it.
Yeah, and as you can see on the left, Gina Carano also jumped into the ring and said, I think I qualify.
Technically she does, even if hers was through Instagram.
I think it was an Instagram post that she shared. I'm not sure if she shared it on Twitter as well. I think she did.
She might have, yeah.
Regardless, anybody who has things posted online at one point will have said something that probably people don't agree with.
Yeah, didn't you make that compilation about Mark Hamill liking a J.K. Rowling tweet because people were so obscenely upset about it?
And he actually come out and clarify it. Yes, and that was a tweet that actually got on Fox News, which was pretty cool.
Yes, it was.
That's how crazy these people are. You like something, oh my god, you're terrible. Guess what? It's called a like. It doesn't mean that you endorse. It doesn't mean that you are saying, yes, this is 100% what I feel. It is a like. It can happen by accident. It could be on purpose. Who cares?
At the end of the day, Twitter is not real life. You people need to get lives.
Exactly. Would it be great if he went and did a widespread thing for a bunch of people? Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Do I think he's going to do that? No.
Yeah, probably not. There are just too many people, so he's probably going to focus on the bigger people.
Or he's going to focus on specific cases that he thinks he can win, and ones that are in particular, and he even mentioned how he's going to be loud about it and whatever. I want this. This is what I'm hoping. One or two big cases that get pushed out, because people like to cancel people online because they can get away with it. Cancellation doesn't really have to be a thing. The only reason it persists is because we give these people power.
Yeah, that is true.
And if we show that not only do you not have the power, but we can also fight back, and this is what we're going to do. It'll make people at least think twice before trying any of this kind of behavior again.
True, because no one wants to get sued.
We have no idea of how this is going to play out or exactly what his plans are. But I will say, if he actually goes through with this, I was not thrilled with the idea of rebranding to X, but you know what? If he goes through with this and actually makes good on what he says here, then he can name the app whatever he wants.
I concur.
If that's the price we have to pay, that's fine. I'm not exactly a huge Elon Musk fan. I'm not thrilled. I've been waiting for a while for subscriptions, for example, and I haven't gotten them, and a lot of other things that he's done that I wasn't thrilled by. But at least he's making changes, or at least trying to, and you gotta at least give him credit for that, even if we don't necessarily agree with everything that he does. At least he is trying, which other people have not.
Indeed. Shall we move on? And next up, we have Gal Gadot.
Wonder Woman actress Gal Gadot has confirmed that her incarnation of the amazing Amazon will be returning for a third solo outing, which will be a reboot of her character.
So she gets to keep the Wonder Woman role, but Henry Cavill still got fired from Superman.
I do think Gal Gadot did a good job as Wonder Woman. I haven't actually seen either of the Wonder Womans, to be fair.
I've seen the first one, never saw the second, but the first one was good, even if it did have that one plot hole that made the entire movie not possible because the boat arrived in like a day. That should not have happened.
Regardless, I do think she does a good job as playing Wonder Woman, and I do think she's a good choice. I think that this is too little too late. I think that both of these franchises, DC and Marvel, need to reboot, which is what James Gunn and Peter Safran are doing. But they're doing it too soon.
Yeah.
Put it on ice for like 5 years, and then come up with the mainline superheroes.
Yeah, because you need to let people let the memories die. You need all of the bad press to go away. You need to just lay low. It'll be a lot better for you if you just wait.
Yeah, clean slate protocol.
What he said.
That's what Tony Stark did in the third Iron Man. That's what needs to be done for the MCU and for the DCU. Clean slate. Just say none of the movies coming forward that are coming out right now are part of the DCU. Finish them off. Get them out. So that would mean Blue Beetle, Aquaman, and the Last Kingdom. Get them out. Then done.
Tabula rasa. It means clean slate.
I don't know where you got that from.
It's Latin.
From where?
A song.
Okay. What she said. Like I said, MCU, DCU needs to be put on ice for a couple years. Bring everything back with the mainline characters. And maybe, people will come back to the theaters for it.
I will if Henry Cavill gets recast as Superman.
Even if it's not him. I just think that superhero things are dying down. Because we're getting lesser and lesser quality films. And even if Gal Gadot is in there, or Henry Cavill, or whoever it is we want to be there, the movies do not do them justice anymore. Hence Wonder Woman 2.
Oh yeah, good point.
We need better quality product. That's all.
Okay, moving on. And speaking of actors, next up we have Stephen Amell.
Arrow star Stephen Amell recently explained his comments about the ongoing SAG-AFTRA strike that he made during an appearance at GalaxyCon in North Carolina over the weekend.
And as you can see, we have Master's compilation on one side and Stephen Amell's explanation on the other.
Now, he did walk back these statements. If you can't tell, I'm using air quotes. Let's make something very clear. All he said was he does support the union, but he thinks that striking is a reductive negotiating tactic, which is true.
Mm-hmm.
Objectively, it's true. I'm not saying striking doesn't serve its purpose. I'm saying it's not something that ever really goes well, and it's usually something that ends up with a lot of people upset.
Yeah, it tends to be very counterproductive.
Exactly. Now, is striking effective? Yes. Does it help? In some cases, yes. Do we all wish that there was a better way?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like what I said 100 times already. Do your job well and you'll get paid well. How hard is that to understand?
It's easier to strike.
Ugh, lazy.
let's be clear. We're not saying that all actors are lazy or whatever. No, there are some good people out there who do deserve to get paid more. But there are also some people who are out there who obviously don't do a good job and therefore are not getting paid what they want because they never did a good job to begin with.
That's also true.
For the way that this goes about does not bring about the change that people want, at least not all the time. And it's not something that in particular benefits him. But as you can see, it didn't really matter. These people decided that he was guilty of anything, and it didn't matter the context or anything. It was, he's a scab, he needs to, don't do it in Minecraft, do it in real life.
What's a scab besides a healing wound?
A scab is somebody who does promotional work or stuff during a strike. That's what it's called.
Huh? Why not just come up with a better word for it? It's like body count suddenly meaning how many people you've slept with instead of how many people you've killed. I don't understand it. Why change the meanings of words?
Because they need words for this. Now, to be fair, there's a lot of worse things that they could call people.
I suppose.
But, to be fair, he was breaking the strike rules. Inadvertently, but he was. There were posts he made on Instagram about his show and by billboards and whatever that was potentially scabbing.
Oh yeah, for that wrestling thing that he's doing with Alexander Ludwig.
But what he said was not enough to get people to respond this crazily. I don't think that's very fair. I think that we can talk about the strike, we can talk about differing opinions and actually have a discussion. And it's sad that when somebody comes out, I'm not saying I fully agree with what he said, mind you. I think that it was a stupid thing to say at a stupid place at a stupid time. It was.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Don't say that at a GalaxyCon. However, at GalaxyCon, when people are there to see you and to hear what stuff that you've been in, and you're unable to discuss those things because of a strike, that I think is fair. I think that makes no sense.
It really doesn't.
To promote things upcoming, fair. But past things, why not? It's not like you're going to give them more money.
True.
Regardless, this whole thing got blown out of proportion, and now people don't really care anymore, but to be fair, they kind of didn't like him anyways, and these people look for reasons to get mad at people, and this is what we get.
Unfortunately.
If you want to see the full thing, it's up on Twitter.
Indeed.
Or X.
It's always going to be Twitter.
For now, at least.
The name's too iconic.
We'll see.
Moving on. And next up, we have Secret Invasion.
Before you go, you should know I'm a green female alien.
Sure.
Marvel Studios director Ali Salim feared death threats over changing Avengers Endgame's Iron Man death scene due to the choices made in the Disney Plus Marvel show Secret Invasion.
Yeah, pressing X to doubt.
Wait, what's even funnier is he said he doesn't read reviews and doesn't care if people don't like his show, but now he's freaking out about death threats and he's gonna go into hiding. Dude, make up your mind, or for the life of you, put on a green shell and live your life as the master of disguise. Am I not turtly enough for the Turtle Club?
Turtle! If you don't get that reference, you're not cool.
I'm going to be the master of disguise. I'm going to be the master of disguise.
Literally, the turtle scene and the end scene where he's coming out of a pie are the only two things I remember from that movie.
And that's a good thing. To be fair, we're talking about the movie Master of Disguise, because he does look like the turtle guy from Master of Disguise with those glasses.
Yeah, and that bald head.
But I would suggest caution if viewing it, because the entire movie is basically a giant fart joke. I kid you not.
Still, those two scenes I referenced were hilarious.
Yeah. So, this dude didn't read the source material. He said he did, but I don't think he did. And he retconned Rhodey. Now, spoilers for anybody who doesn't already know at this point, that Rhodey is basically a Skrull, a female Skrull, and has been a female Skrull since Civil War, which would mean that in this scene, it's a female Skrull saying goodbye to Tony.
Lame!
Notice nobody cares about, like, ooh, what could you do with this? Everybody's just like, it ruins the things we actually liked.
Yeah. The only thing people care about is that it retcons the entire character and makes everything impossible and pointless.
Your show is awful. It's one of the lowest rated Marvel shows now. Its last episode got an 8% freshness rating.
Yeah, or was that the show overall?
Nope, that was the last episode.
Oh, yeah.
you keep saying you don't care about what the fans have to say, and you're also like, are we supposed to please the fans? Yes.
That is literally your job.
And you failed at it, and now you're afraid of death threats?
Why are you afraid of death threats if you don't read reviews?
Don't read reviews, don't care about what the fans say. Why does everybody hate me?
Gee, I don't know. Maybe because you're not doing your actual job.
And maybe because you've made it very clear that you don't care about them.
Just be a turtle. Moving on. But speaking of Rhodey, next up we have Iron Man's wedding.
Emma Frost and Tony Stark tie the knot this September in Invincible Iron Man number 10. But it seems that Tony will be giving up his own name to take on Emma's.
That's not how marriage works.
As you can see, it says introducing Mrs. and Mr. Emma Frost.
That's not how it works.
Also, I'm sure there's an explanation in the books, and quite frankly, I do not care. I'm making it very clear. I have not read the ones recently, and there's a good reason for it. It's because they're trash.
Indeed. I mean, just look, they have Riri Williams on the cover.
You know, the Riri Williams who Tony hates? Oh no, but he loves her, whatever. Guess what? Do some research. You'll find out that the first time Tony mentions her, as the student who reverse engineers his armor on a dare, he refers to her with an expletive.
Indeed. Master found that panel, and it is quite specific.
And it also proves that Riri Williams stole Iron Man tech, reverse engineered it, made her armor, and then Tony's like, you get to keep it. And that's not what Tony would do. I don't care about anything. I think there's plenty of other people who should be there. Not her.
No. Not the thief.
Iron Victim. That's her name. Iron Victim.
Indeed. But, Mrs. and Mr. Emma Frost, they're really trying to break tradition, aren't they?
There's no need. You know what you could have done? Here's a way to make this work. You could have let Emma keep her own last name and make her Frost Stark.
There are plenty of married couples who do that.
And it makes more sense. Or Stark, or Frost Stark, Stark Frost, whatever you want to call. She could keep her name. Mrs. and Mr. Emma Frost? Come on, you're literally making Tony play second fiddle. I'm not saying Emma Frost isn't a good character and doesn't deserve her own agency, but come on, that's not how this works.
There are, like I said, there are plenty of married couples who do not take on the other person's name. They'll have their marriage license, but their names will still be separate. Sometimes they don't get a name change whatsoever, and that is completely normal.
Yeah. Also, the cover is hideous.
This is just one variant cover. The other one has them in their superhero costumes.
It's hideous. It's meant to be like a riff on the Peter and MJ. It's like a variant of what they did, but the thing is, you guys don't let Peter and MJ be together, and you're doing this, and I don't care. I don't care. Do whatever you want with Iron Man now. Do whatever you want with Marvel. You keep pushing these garbage characters that nobody likes, and it will not make you money. But if you'd like to destroy your characters that would make you money, for the sake of, I don't know, whatever reason you want to do, go right ahead.
But I thought you love Iron Man.
This is not Iron Man.
Fair point.
The Tony that I know would have gotten into his suit, into a Hulkbuster suit, and sent Ironheart, Iron Victim, into orbit or whatever. He literally went on a crusade in Armor Wars to remove technology that was his from anywhere so that nobody could use it. You're telling me this girl reverse engineers his stuff, makes an armor with stolen technology from her school, makes the suit, and then Tony's just like, oh, keep it. Ha 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 ha. You're not a villain. Ha 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 ha. That's not Tony.
And let's not forget the part where she posted the reverse engineering online for everyone to see. Thief. Oh, and didn't she use stolen cars in the movie?
I think so. I don't know for sure, and I'll be completely honest with you right here. I don't know for sure because, quite frankly, I don't care. I'm not going to see Ironheart. I don't care. Where's that Ironheart show we've heard so much about? Oh, wait, it's being shelved. Hopefully forever, because nobody wants it, nobody cares about it, and it's trash.
What he said. He's very passionate about Iron Man.
Iron Man is my favorite character. This is stupid. This is nothing he would do. He would be the person who is making all the moves. He is literally a playboy billionaire genius. And quite frankly, read the old Iron Man stuff, not the new stuff, because it's trash. And Ironheart, Iron Victim, whatever you want to call her, is trash too.
What he said. Shall we move on? And next up, we have The Witcher.
Witcher fans.
Yeah, that's accurate. That's very accurate, except our faces are going to be a lot angrier than Ciri's.
Witcher series executive producer Tomek Baginski has claimed that the changes made to Andrzej Sapkowski's original works were done in order to, quote, simplify the source material for wider and more American audience.
In other words, saying that the audience is stupid, therefore we had to dumb it down. How rude.
Hate to break this to you, dude. I'm gonna tell you a little secret. Listen closely. The only reason the show did badly is because you guys suck.
And drove out Henry Cavill.
It's not even Henry Cavill. It wouldn't have mattered who was in the role. You don't care about the source material. You feel like you need to dumb it down and change it. Yes, Ciri and Yennefer are very big focuses of the books, but they're done well. This is trash from what I've heard, and you can't even give Henry a good send-off. You don't care. And the best way we can tell is, without any doubt, is all you guys do is deflect. All you guys do is deflect. I want to hear one of you take responsibility. Wow, you know what? We really messed up. We need to change it. But you won't. Because doing that would mean having to admit that you are failures.
And wrong.
Yeah, you heard me right. You are failures. Your show is a failure. Season 4 has been shelved indefinitely due to the strikes. But if I was Netflix, given the 60% viewership drop for this season, I would never, ever, ever bring it back.
Yeah. It makes me glad that Henry walked away. He was the best part of the show. Really, he was. And
the reason he was because he did a good job as Geralt, and also because he actually cared, where you guys don't. You made it very clear that you don't.
Yes. Didn't Laura and Histridge even admit that the one scene he wrote was better than anything they could have come up with?
Yes, but then they want female empowerment and all this stuff. It could have been done in a good way, but you guys didn't care, and it shows.
There is plenty of female empowerment in the books if you know where to look. Seriously, it's all there. But the author knew what he was doing. And didn't he just recently announce that he's going to be writing a book 9?
Yeah, he recently just announced he's going to be writing a new book. I hope it's not as bad as Season of Storms, because that one was trash, in my opinion.
I haven't read it yet, mostly on Master's Warning, but I do know that it is the one that got made into a comic book.
It was not good. Regardless, Witcher books are good. Read the books. Don't watch the show. If you like the show, cool, but I think that they've dug their graves, now let them lie in it, because that's what you guys do best, right?
Yeah. I mean, I enjoyed Season 1, but the books are still better.
Subvert our expectations and actually take yourselves off the table. How about that?
Wouldn't that be nice?
In Minecraft, mind you.
Sure. Let's go with that. Moving on. And lastly, we have Monopoly, for some reason.
Go directly to creative bankruptcy. Do not reboot show. Do not collect profit.
If only they would listen to that advice.
A Monopoly movie is in the works from Lionsgate and Hasbro. The news comes as Lionsgate moves to acquire the toy brand.
Yeah, apparently because of the success of Barbie, a bunch of toys are getting movies, including Uno, Magic 8 Ball, Monopoly.
So, to clarify, Monopoly was a movie that was mentioned in the list of the things that we're going to create. However, there's been a Monopoly movie in development hell for ages now. It seems like it might get the green light finally because it's being bought by Lionsgate.
Could be. I still don't understand why we need a Monopoly movie when we technically live in a Monopoly.
We don't need a Monopoly movie, and just like we didn't need a Battleship movie, and no one talks about that one.
Oh yeah, the one with Rihanna, right?
Again, no one talks about it, and it's for a reason.
I used to love Battleship as a kid. My brother once cheated by putting his part of his ship off the board.
Why do we need this? We don't need these kind of things made into movies. I'm sure there are plenty of things you could come up with that would make this actually good, but we all know that these days all it will be is a way to push messaging because that's what they do. if it was done well, no one would care. But you guys can't do that well. You've made it very clear. So someone needs to take away the toys from you and tell you to go sit in a corner and think about what you've done.
Indeed.
Nothing more to say. This is ridiculous. I don't even think that this is something that anybody will go see. I don't think it will make money. There are definitely ways that someone could approach this to make it good, but we all know that's not the priority these days.
Oh no, it will make money, honey. But it will be play money.
Haha, funny. What else to say?
Nothing.
Nothing. I got nothing. I don't understand why this is even being made. It's ridiculous, it's stupid, and quite frankly, stop taking and making cinematic universes.
Please, no. No more. Just stop.
If you take a product that already has a built-in universe around it, and then you just happen to expand it into movie form, like Marvel, that's how you do it.
Indeed. But everyone's trying to copy Marvel.
And they're doing it badly.
Indeed.
Don't try to copy someone else's success. Learn on your own.
Yeah. Moving on. And with that being our last client of the day, it is time for us to reveal the diagnosis of the week.
And we have an interesting diagnosis for you today.
Do tell.
So the diagnosis for this week is emotional dissonance.
Please explain.
Emotional dissonance is a bit different. You may have heard of cognitive dissonance, and that's more mentally. But emotional dissonance is a kind of unease due to inconsistency between emotions and one's actual experiences. A lot of times we see this where people are forced to fake emotions on certain things when they feel differently. We see this all the time now, especially when the people mess up. It's never their fault, it's the fans' fault. But then, when the fans don't come, it's like, oh, we love the fans. Please come. Let's get Harrison Ford out to give a video about how much he loves being Indiana Jones, even though when someone asks him about stuff of Han Solo, he's like, I don't care. Let's do that. Let's pretend that we care, because it will hopefully get people to come. Tell you what, everybody sees right through you guys. We understand what you're trying to do. You've done it so often. And quite frankly, the only people at the end of the day you have to blame is you. So any feelings you have bottled deep down, first off, are misplaced. They're not us, it's you. And second, no one falls for your fake facade that you try to pull the wool over our eyes and pretend that everything's okay, because it's not. And one day soon, something will happen, the curtain will fall, and we'll find out that there's really a little man behind it and not a wizard. And that's why I feel this is a great diagnosis for this week.
I agree.
And now we move on to the remedy of the week.
And this week we will be referring you to Carolyn, who we discussed at the beginning of this video, because why the hell not?
She is the customer relations manager at the Rippaverse. We've actually met her in person one time. She may not remember. We met very, very briefly in Vegas, and I recognized her and I said hi and showed her our masks and whatever. The reason we're giving her a shout is because we really hope that Elon Musk comes through for this, as we discussed in the beginning. And I did notice that she has a YouTube channel, and it's not got a huge following yet. Which is a shame, because she seems like a great person, and she deserves the following.
Indeed. So
we're giving her a shout out. Hopefully it'll bump up her channel just a little bit, and we both wish her luck.
Indeed.
With everything with Elon Musk, and hopefully it will lead to something great.
Absolutely. So grab your creative stuff, head on over there, and let her know that Gothic Therapy referred you.
Indeed. But that is all we have for this week. Let us know what you think in the comments below, and also make sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe with notifications on so you do not miss your weekly therapy session.
Or you will be charged. But remember, when you do subscribe, your first session is free, so smash those buttons like they're bad kitties. And do consider joining us at the Dusk, Midnight, or Dawn level. We would appreciate it quite a lot. You can also find links to all of our socials in the description below, as well as links to our merch store and our Discord server known as The Clinic. Be sure to check them out. And if you don't want to stick with us here on YouTube, you can also find us on Rumble and Odyssey.
Yeah, that's all we have for this week, and we'll see you guys in the next one.
Gothic Therapy, out.